What up, my freaks? RuinouSinsight here with part 42 of my Total Warhammer 3 modded Belegar Ironhammer campaign. So as we saw last time, Grimly Quarrelseeker has taken out Sartosa, destroying Aranessa probably for good, as I doubt that she can revive by the time that we take Argalis. So Sartosa, the faction, is broken, and this entire area is more or less ours. We have left Tilea alive, but they can be alive, it's fine, especially considering if we later on get a defensive alliance with them, it'll just mean more access to various Empire units, which work quite well from a synergy perspective with ours. So, yeah, gotta appreciate those. Anyway, Grimly is now going to be able to move out to Argalis, and then afterwards towards the Exiles of Khorne, with whom we are now preparing to fight a war. They are not alone, however, as Cetra the Imperishable decided to declare war on us by proxy by attacking the Cult of Sigmar and drawing us into the conflict. Should be an interesting time, as this area is about to get very hot with lots of battles. Lots of stuff to do though, so let's get to it. We have you, Stein, who we've been waiting to kill for a while now. Let's put you, Thorek, as close to him as is reasonable. Let's say like so. Wait.
Let us begin.
No, for a second I thought that we might be able to draw out the garrison of Nagashazar, but no. We don't want to move Thorek very far either, so you can move here. Because the further Thorek moves, the less likely that we'll be able to reach this guy once he runs, and he obviously will run. Let's try this. Oh, half movement speed, or movement range, and is Thorek in range? Yes. Alright, go. This guy's gonna run. He's going to run... let's say not far enough. Beautiful. I guess you could leech some XP if you wanted to as well. On the other hand, we probably don't really care. What do you have, by the way? You have Ancestral Blood Smednir. Oh, right, you're a recruiter. I guess we could get you Mason as well. Alright, go as close to this guy as we can. In fact, we probably can't get close enough. Yeah, whatever. Not a big deal. Alright, we'll just auto-resolve this as a bunch of garbage, even though it is Thorek's first fight. Rune of Stoicism can go on, I guess, Thorek, even though I'm reasonably sure he's somewhat unbreakable. You, Grudge Throwers, I believe you have the Rune of Seeking by virtue of Thorek, so we can give you the Rune of Burning as well. Then the Rune of Slowness can go on, I don't know, you, it doesn't really matter. We're gonna redo all these runes later on anyway, so it's just temporary while we auto-resolve. As the runes do, as we've tested, affect auto-resolve conditions. And oh wow, you got a healing potion out of that. A very, very nice pickup. Probably one of the best ones we could have gotten. Beautiful. Man, okay, Thorek is now basically unkillable. Fantastic. Actually, I just want to see or double check. What does Thorgrim have again? Oh, he doesn't have a healing potion. He currently has a Silver Horn of Vengeance. Man, it would be nice if we could get another one at some point. Alrighty, next up, what we'll want to do... wonder what the likelihood of IMRIK suddenly attacking us is. Are you able to go here? Yes, you are. Alright, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna jump both of these guys down here this turn. Like so. I hope I haven't forgotten anything, but if I did, it's too late now. Then... Kazran, Norgrimling, well, like... oh, damn, I should have built and then moved them. Yeah, well, whatever, too late. It's okay. Not a big deal. At least it probably won't make too much of a difference. Trading depots still have to be built. I mean, yeah, we lost a 5% reduction from both of those guys. Let's go for Goral Mine, and Granary, and... Wait, you're a trading depot? Yeah. But we want actually to get the construction sites rather than the trading depots here. Unless we want to build a military structure here as well, which we probably do, but we have most of the main ones. We do want this one, but it's not useful until we're at tier 5 anyway, to access hammers and iron breakers, so we can probably just kind of ignore it. Oh, right, the Hall of Oaths also increases the Thane capacity, which is nice. We should probably build these in a few places as well. Mostly because it's kind of annoying to just repeatedly build mustering halls everywhere just to get access to Thanes. Since they're tier 3 thing, and then this is actually, it's actually cheaper to build Halls of Oaths than it is to build a bunch of barracks. You just need a tier 4. But anyway, I digress. Let's get the construction cavern, or whatever it's called, up and running. That's a Skaven thing. Construction site, rather. Close enough. And then you can all be built up as you go. I do have to wonder whether the 5% is actually, in fact, worth it. Wait, can the construction sites, not caverns, yeah, they can go to tier 3, okay, so that's fine. Good. You guys are out there. Durgrim, you're staying here for another turn, though not by choice. Recruiter, you're heading back to where you need to be. And then Kazran, you're moving out this way to transfer stuff to Fimber Ironhammer. Fimber, you should be able to auto-resolve this garbage, so out you get... What? Oh. It'll be next turn that you can auto-resolve that garbage. Fine. And here I thought you could move. My bad. Alrighty, this place is looking okay for now. Can we build anything here? No. We could start moving down here to Iron Rock, but frankly, everybody here is going to be reducing the stuff anyway. I think it's fine. Stay in Iron Rock for now, like so, and like so. Constructor Morgrimel, you guys move here. And then we'll move everybody along to this place next to upgrade a few things. Also, Angrund, I guess we don't need this. We'll replace it with a deep mine instead. And then everybody, I think, should be able to reach here in a turn. At least I hope so. You know what, Constructor Morgrimel, I know you're providing a bunch of bonuses here, but I think it's better off that we put you in March Stance instead. Also, there's nothing to upgrade at 8 Peaks currently, so you can just keep moving this way. Alright, and then I guess you guys can as well, and you can as well. Keep making us money. Alright, beautiful. Iron Rock and stuff, let us upgrade you. Lumberyard 135, very nice, 135. Nearly a free deep mine is what I like to see. And yeah, construction sites down to 225. Man, such a huge difference compared to the construction sites here. I guess in theory we could come back here and wait for this. At 5%, they probably won't make that much of a difference. Could always come up. Yeah, maybe. We go around like this, we just need to head down to Karak Asgal and then loop around and back up this way, because we'll have to go through Varenka Hills anyway, so why not, right? You guys are now good in this place, right? Because everything else is being upgraded. I guess we need to upgrade you to tier 3, but we can do that once we loop. So you're going to head down to here, and you're going to head down to here. And we'll upgrade this once everybody's there as well. Beautiful. Alrighty, that's those guys. Now, who else needs to move? Alaric, you will actually need to start recruiting lots more troops. Granted, you probably won't keep them, but we do need you to have troops for now, so that you can hold if Scarbrand decides to attack. Let's get you a few more Quarrelers, and I suppose we could always transfer the extra Quarrelers over to Thorek, which means we're free to build as many as we like, really. In fact, let's see. Thorek. Also, I guess we're heading you to Bitter Bay, but staying in camp stance for now. We can jump next turn. We wouldn't be able to reach this place in one turn anyway. And then Retinue, you can stay here. You can move back. And Thorek. So assuming that you get a couple of runesmiths and at least an engineer, maybe 2... should we do 2 runesmiths? That's maybe too much for his army. He probably won't benefit that much from them, ironically, as compared to a few other armies. So let's say 1 runesmith, and then... Wait, you have buffs for runesmiths, don't you? Oh, runesmiths give you Rune of Stromny Redbeard in the army. And the shared cooldown reduction. Alright, fine, freaking hell. Alright, 2 runesmiths. You have 1, so 2 runesmiths, 2 engineers, and then... Let's say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6 more Quarrelers, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. No, that's not enough. Let's say 3 more Quarrelers, and then a bunch more artillery pieces. Something along those lines. I'm just wondering if whether we need to keep anything. We can transfer most of the stuff away anyway. We'll do that as we go. It should be happening fairly soon. And we got another army to transfer stuff. Also, before I forget, Recruiter. You are going to build a couple of Iron Drakes, so we are going to send those down to the Fire Army. And let's get you a couple of Grudge Thrower, or Grudge Rakers, rather, as well. These guys are just going to take the place of the Iron Drakes in that army until we've got more Iron Drakes available. Let's do something like that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 Iron Drakes, counting the Regiment of Renown. Yeah, alright, I like that. And then you can no longer recruit, or at least no longer need to recruit, so you can go back into... Let's put you into High King's Trip. No, we need growth here. And growth means empower the guilds. Gotta get Karak Eight Peaks up to tier 5 as fast as possible to be able to get the max type of armor bonuses and stuff. Anyway, for the units to be recruited. Cazador Dragon Slayer. You are actually just going to sit here for a while. There's nothing much that we can do with you, and I think it's more beneficial that we stay. Also, just out of curiosity, 213 versus 3-9. Okay, so it's literally faster not to be in one of our own settlements, which is kind of stupid, but it is what it is. We've seen it before. You guys just stay here for a few turns at least. We'll also do this. We'll build the goat herd, but then we'll immediately switch you to venerate the ancestors because we'll heal up. The reason we're waiting is because we don't want to kill off the bone rattlers, because they're going to keep the, ideally, Karak Dwarfs weak, which will hopefully allow us to confederate them. If we obviously destroy them, then that'll cause us problems. Otherwise, we're looking good. We're going to... Nah, you can upgrade the Goral Mine here. I know it's expensive, but we probably won't be up here anytime soon, so... At least not with anybody who reduces construction costs. Next up, Cazador is good, Burundan. You're costing us money, quite a bit of money, mind you, but I feel like we still have to keep you around. That said, we can send you to Montenas right now, and in fact we can put you into Valea's Will, near Montenas, and then move you to Magrita. We'll be building a few upgrades next turn for it after all. Alright, lovely. Gotta keep our empire upgrading, gotta keep all that extra economy coming in. And Gradnar Copperpot. Now, you have the Stonemason, and that is it. We are going to continue actually using you as a lord, although you know what, Alaric Get Gold. Begoraki Slayer, I'm just wondering whether we should just trade the army that you currently have or use to Gradnar. You know, well, wait, they're still using Stonemason, so it's still useful to us. Alrighty, next up, let's get to the end turn so that we can continue our thing. Fimber and... Okay, you two are runesmiths. Yes, yeah, you're just gonna stay here. You're gonna move together. We're gonna move them together. And they're gonna both join Thorak's army. Granted, there's a few other armies I'd like to have runesmiths in, but, you know, it is what it is. That is good. We still need to mill through other units, but we'll wait for one more turn. Durgrim. Alright, these things. Now, there's a reason that we keep them here, and that's because these things need to be reduced. Beautiful. And then in a couple turns, we need to build up the Dwarf Hold here at Tier 4, so I guess we'll stay. And then we can move out to this place when needed, although it doesn't look like it'll be anytime soon. Alrighty, that looks good to me. Rorik, and that's it. Beautiful. We do have some money remaining, but a lot more money can be spent on other stuff. Let's double check the Diplo. And then if nothing else, we'll end the turn. Kurun, Stirlin, Karak Drin. Yeah, probably not going to do anything with any of these guys, at least you don't want to because it'll piss some of them off. I am curious about the non-aggression pact for the Last Defenders. 2k. They'll probably ask for it. They do like us. And they do like the war against Khemri and the Exiles, so I think it's fine. We'll save the money because we're about to waste a bunch of money. Minus one thing, Halcon Half, you can have a few more miners. These are just in here temporarily to bolster the defenses in case the enemy attacks. I think that's good enough. I don't want to build too many or else they'll just bypass it and go for Kradtomen instead, which is obviously not what we want. Alrighty, now, let's pick a research. Now, I feel like, while the trade goods are great, we probably aren't going to make too much money out of it. Toolmakers Guild, we don't have a lot of toolmakers right now, so similar sort of issue. We did want to earlier get the Vanguard proficiency, the interlocking shields. There's a bunch of stuff that basically just buffs infantry. I'd rather wait for militia training until this is down to 1 turn. Really, we should just do stuff that's at 2 turns until these things are down to 1, but there's not a lot of useful 2-point upgrades here. So I think we'll ignore that and go for Gather the Throngs for now. And then start moving through this portion of the tree. I would also like to get construction guilds and, more importantly, construction duty. Construction cost minus 10% for all buildings. It's just more economy upgrades. Almost tempted to ignore this for... You know what? No, let's go for construction duty. It'll still probably be the better investment. At least at the current time. Lovely. And that is it, considering we're saving the rest of the money, so skip, 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 outpost available, commandment available, not skip. Ooh, yes, we no longer need you or you, and we'll switch you to Masters of Stone and Steel. Or is it Steel and Stone? Every time, every single time. Oh well. Alright, and the rest is good. I guess we could build you a Ranger for 2,000 gold. No, that's not going to happen. And I was just thinking to take the place of the units lost, but we can always have a recruiter do it for them without spending insane amounts of money. Outpost upgrades available irrelevant to us, and the turn, and let's see if we get attacked anywhere. Where's the most likely to happen? Well, it's possible that IMRIK attacks us preemptively before we attack him. These 2 armies are reasonably weak, potentially. And if he doesn't, well, we'll attack him. Alright, you guys are gonna move a tiny, tiny amount. There we go. Exiles of Khorne. Faction encountered scaling. How the heck did we manage to encounter scaling? Huh. What is giving us vision of scaling? I have absolutely no clue. We're not... Oh, it's probably by virtue of being allied to Reichland. That's what it is. Anyway. Join Morgan Starkan the Black for 3,000 gold. Not so bad, but you know what? We'll wait on that because he's just gonna sail up here and annoy us. And Grimly has enough on his plate right now. Though I'm sure he could handle it. Let's not go crazy. Alright, looks like nobody's able to attack us at the current time, which is great. Because it allows us to take the initiative. Wa fails, Great Incantation of Ksar, money is growing. Creator construction cost, yes, more construction cost reduction everywhere. And Estelle Bloodletter. You're building up an army again. Can't be having that. Grimly. Move into encamp stance. And then I'm really hoping you can actually reach Argalas. You know what? Let's move into Lucchini. Maybe it's safer. I'm not entirely sure, but I feel like maybe we should be able to hit Argalas from Lucchini in 1 turn. The healing here is atrocious. But oh well. Oh, damn, you know what I should have done? Wait, are you still able to go into encamp stance, just out of curiosity? If you go out here. Very slight movement. No, damn. Yeah, okay. I screwed that up a little bit. What I should have done in this situation was to trade this territory to these guys and probably ally with them at the same time. And then that would have allowed us to heal more, but we could always go back to it and then do it there. Alrighty. I see Khemri moving around. Might try to retake Kasabar and all that stuff. Karak Zorn, we definitely need to prioritize your wall right now, as you have me greatly concerned. Next up, is there anywhere where we can get a battle started immediately? I think it's just IMRIK. IMRIK, are you still there? Yes, he is. Poor guy. I almost feel bad for him. We are going to then move in. We have a decent amount of artillery pieces between all the extra armies we have here. I wish I remembered what the IMRIK defeat trait was, because then I could specifically give it to whoever it would benefit more. But I cannot for the life of me remember, which means we're just gonna have Belegar do it. Alright, 'tis time. Also, yeah, we'll do that as well, but afterwards. Also, we need to turn you off, so that we can hopefully get more students and stuff. Okie dokie. IMRIK, you are not at war with anybody. You do not seem to pose a major threat to us, or a real threat to us, which is great. Here we go. Attack. Hopefully nobody decides to not join this war. We'll find out. Alright, let's see how everybody reacts to this. Call your allies to help. Nope, everybody is pretty happy with the idea. And IMRIK really shouldn't be occupying these territories. Alright, let's see what he's got. Not too bad of a garrison, but it's not gonna work. He does have Menaethnir up. Oh wow, he gets it at level 15? He doesn't start on Menaethnir, does he? I wonder. Let's move Thorgrim in as well. I can't actually tell whether you can reach it, but I think you can. And then you, Burnoth, temporarily here as well. Alright? Alright, this is gonna be something of a bombardment battle, but is necessary. We could probably give some points to these guys, but the only point that I care about, I think, right now is Thorgrim's. Oh, Thorgrim doesn't have points. Well, then we don't care. Alright, here we go. Alrighty, Belegar and Thorgrim working together once again. This should be a fairly nice time. We've got IMRIK facing off against us, and Menaethnir as well, so, I mean, there's two of them, why not there be two of us as well? Interesting little setup here for IMRIK. Man, from a distance, I thought for a second that IMRIK wasn't sitting on his throne there, but this thing, I thought this was his cape, so he was just like clinging onto the dragon's back. Oh, that would have been great. But oh well. Anyway, obviously we're gonna begin by knocking out the towers as fast as we can, and this is fairly important as the only place that we can apparently move onto the map is here. It's a little bit odd, and I've noticed this in this particular map before, but I tried moving the reinforcement arrival things to anywhere up here, and then anywhere here, 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 on the other side of the map, all the way over here, and none of that worked. It really only wanted to move out here. You are allowed, or it did allow us to move these things here, closer to the enemy, which is obviously not what we wanted, but oh well. And as long as we knock down the towers, they won't be able to fire on these guys as they move in, and it looks like our grudge throwers have been pretty effective, knocking down 1, 2, 3, 4 before the rest of our forces get on the field. Now we're going to have a heckin' artillery battery in this particular battle. Once everybody is on the field, I'm going to keep it at max speed while we bombard the enemy settlement, however, as obviously we've seen this time and time again throughout the campaign. Yeah, and if we destroy IMRIK's army here, I think it's going to be pretty darn good. As in, I don't imagine that this faction is very strong right now. Granted, they're not at war with anybody, but just judging by that balance of power and the fact that this is probably their main army. Alrighty, now we can begin to bombard a few of those units on the enemy walls, but we also do want to knock out the enemy gate, as well as any enemy units that we can reach. We do have the Hellstorm rocket batteries here, so once again, a heck of a barrage already here. All these grudge throwers and bolt throwers and Hellstorms. We get a nice shot of them firing their first volley here. There we go. And of course we're going to keep the Ghost Engineer nearby to power up all of these artillery pieces, maybe give them ballistics calibration as well as whatever else. Oh, looks like the enemy wants to sally out with some of their flyers, and this is funnily enough a fairly decent time to do it. I did tell the bolt throwers specifically to target the eagles, but the rest of our rangers are currently moving rather than firing, and I didn't bother telling them to, which allowed the eagles to fly over the rest of their units. We're gonna have to move our command squad in to deal with the eagles then, and it's quite a big command squad, and I do count the companions of the hall here, where are they here? Our hammerers to be one of the command squad as well, as they've acted in fairly small numbers throughout the campaign and have been with Belegar the entire time. Anyway, as we continue the bombardment in the background, it looks like the Eagles decided to go after the Angrund miners. Kind of an interesting choice. Rather than going after our artillery, which are probably a much bigger threat, they go after the already very heavily damaged unit of miners. That's fine though, not only do we not care, but these guys can just move off the battlefield if they want to. And we've finally turned around a few of those ranger units so we can start hurting those hurting those eagles, especially considering the command squad is going to take a long time to get to these guys. Looks like the eagles are outie, and they're very badly damaged and will, in fact, in their panic, run through the front of our army, which will allow the rest of our quarrelers to fire. Now, the Fire Rain rocket, as usual, or the Hellstorm rocket battery, as usual, firing through our own units. They do have a tendency to do that. Anyway, the last of the eagles flying away now, but will it get sniped or will it escape? Oh wow, this eagle looks like it did manage to escape. Well done. Probably could have told the bolt throwers to knock it out of the sky, but not a big deal, especially once it did shatter. Now it's just a matter of time as we open breaches in the walls. The gate has been destroyed, and this will mean work for our command squad and for our Longbeards. This is going to be the first battle that we have a decent pile of Longbeards as well. Granted, we've been using Grimly's Grumbling Guard for a while. And I just realized I really like the idea of them being called Grimly's Grumbling Guard, so now we definitely have to add Longbeards to Grimly's army. Alright, they've got nice armor. Oh wow, this guy, why is your beard so much better than these guys' beards? Are there really only 2 beard types? Yeah, it looks like there's only 2 beard types. And just different beard jewelry. I gotta compare beards with various other types of units. Yeah, so the Rangers also have different beard types, and I'm seeing 3 here. Oh wait, 1, 2, no wait, this is just... No, it's 2 as well. I guess every single unit only gets 2 different beard types. We gotta do beard comparisons here. I don't do tier lists, so maybe I'll do a beard tier list at some point. Once the Chaos Dwarfs come out. Oh man. Alrighty. Not a complete waste of time. I'm not being sarcastic, it's not. It's very important. Anyway, let's see what we've got. The Grumbling Guard, or not the Grumbling Guard, the Longbeards are moving forward. The bombardment is continuing, and as we can see, a decent amount of enemy units are taking damage. But I'm just going to speed this up as we move on in as well, because once again, the bombardment is going to take ages. And now, there we go. It looks like some of our Rangers are also going to begin to do work. This is, after all, Belegar's army, not just the other armies here. So we have range firepower and melee firepower all together. Very nice. IMRIK's actually been doing a fairly good job in this battle as well, just keeping the heck away. He's also even keeping out of the range of our bolt throwers, so he can't start knocking Meneithner out of the sky. Though on the bright side, that does mean he'll have a date with our command squad here and all of the units that make it up. Make it up, whatever. Alrighty, Belegar, Runesmiths, Rune Lords. Look at that. And of course the Companions of the Hall, as once again, they do absolutely belong here with everybody. Alrighty, just a little bit more softening up of the enemy targets here. Now it looks like this noble has taken more than half damage to fire as well, but otherwise we're going to move into the settlement here. And or are we? Another unit of Eagles gonna move in, but this time we are going to react to it by sending or telling our Rangers to target it. Though by virtue of flying directly to their sides like this, it does force these guys to turn around, and the Eagles will once again charge towards the rather isolated units back here. It's actually quite interesting. I usually don't even bother protecting artillery pieces in siege battles, because the AI generally doesn't like to sally out at all, at least within the battles, but I have noticed in particular with the High Elves that High Elf armies do have a tendency to actually sally out their flying units, whereas other factions do not, by and large. And there are certainly exceptions. But yeah, once again, the Eagles are gonna come out and attack the Ekron Miners. Man, maybe they just hate the Ekron Miners so much that they all want to sally out and attack them. Well, more power to them, I guess. They can have fun with that, but we can get the Ekron Miners off the map at any point and move up our Rangers in order to protect the artillery pieces. So I'm sure they'll be fine now. And on top of that, we've turned around our bolt throwers to actually hit the Eagles out of the sky together with the Rangers. And now these guys are probably going to have a pretty bad day. And they didn't even knock those Ekron Miners out. One eagle goes down. Ooh, came close to crushing the dwarfs below it, I mean. I wonder if the eagles are large enough in mass to be able to crush enough to crush a dwarf if falling on them. I don't mean from a loreful perspective. I mean from a from a game perspective. As larger units falling on infantry can absolutely crush them. Alright, well, these guys are getting the heck out of here now, and I'm just going to speed it up again, but we are now about to move in. There's Swords Masters of Hoeth and White Lions and all that around the gate, so we should have some nice fights for us. Here we go. And the Companions of the Hall are going to lead, and the command squad is going to be interspersed among them. Obviously, we have a very decent amount of buffs that we have available to us with all these units, and then once we've established a beachhead, we're going to send in the rest of the Longbeards, who are waiting outside here in nice little ordered ranks. Of course, while all of our Rangers move in as well to provide all that nice range support, or I should say Ranger support. Eagles helping out the White Lions here, a regular menagerie attacking us. And here comes IMRIK and Menaethnir to join the rest of their forces. There we go. Kind of hard to say exactly who he was going after. It looks like he has Thorgrim and one of the ghosts pinned towards the wall. Oh. No, I thought I saw Belegar there. No, Belegar's directly attacking him right there. This is also not a place you want to be, IMRIK. You're already at half HP and you've got so many Dwarf Lords attacking you right now. And those runic weapons can certainly bite through the dragon's hide there. And it looks like he's going to try to book it out of there as well, down to 922 HP. And in fact, IMRIK is going to shatter. I figured that he would at least rout and then come back a little bit, maybe to get a dragon's breath out, but no, he dropped into the wrong command squad here. Alrighty, well, we've got Longbeards now moving in to help out. They are certainly mixed with a bunch of enemy units here. Probably don't want to be in such close quarters to a White Lion, but on the other hand, we got Dwarfen armor on our side. Thorgrim, of course, towering over everybody. Come on, give him a nice bonk with your axe there, buddy. Come on. And just sit there. I do wish that they had added attacking animations for his shield bearers. I feel like they'd be attacking as well. I can't even tell sometimes when he's attacking and when he's not. And ooh, a Rune of Wrath and Ruin coming in, and everything's looking nice and explosive. The enemy did move in units of White Lions as well, and they do have armor piercing. Companions of the Hall leading the charge are now down to about half their HP, though their units are still at 3/4. And they should be able to handle spears and such just fine. Oh, these are actually Silveran Guard, but technically spears. And they're gonna be nothing very soon. Alrighty. Now it looks like we're very much into the settlement now. There's still a bunch of archers and stuff, but with the melee enemy units no longer holding, we will be able to overrun the archers fairly quickly. Not that they've been that much of a threat. They do have a bunch of heavy arrowheads, mind you, so there is armor piercing on them. Just out of curiosity, what do we got in terms of damage? 11 base and 13 armor piercing. Not so bad. Just want to compare them to one of our ranger units. Versus 27 base and 18 armor piercing. Yeah, so their armor piercing is very respectable when compared to the Rangers, which are buffed to heck, and they have a similar amount of armor piercing range damage. Anyway, speaking of the Rangers and the other units, we're now getting them on top of the walls, getting a little bit of support from our artillery, but they will be able to start firing down into the enemy settlement. We still have more and more Longbeards streaming in as well, and hey, it looks like the enemy has another noble on the field. And man, these guys are quick. What the heck is that? 111 speed. Yeah, I was like, wait, is the game sped up? Damn, look at that. Hard to keep track of you. And you're going to charge the command squad? Nope. Now he's going to try to charge Belegar, but he's going to stop in his tracks, and this is also not a place you want to be. You've made the same mistake that IMRIK made, effectively. There we go. And that noble is going to book it out of there, and in fact will be hewn apart by the command squad. Yeah, that was an interesting plan. I'm not entirely sure what was supposed to happen there. Anyway, now we have to move up here. There's still a very decent amount of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 if you count this one. Enemy range units left. It looks like these guys tried to get back into the fray only to get quarreled down. And already we're getting some value out of putting all of those rangers on top of the walls, while the Longbeards are going to head up the ramp and try to hunt down the rest of those enemy units. I'm actually surprised that the enemy kept so many ranged units on the in the interior of the settlement. Those are all units that could have been standing on the walls and firing down on us while we actually approached. Granted, they would have taken a lot of artillery damage, but, you know, they could have at least tried. Now we got more Lothern Seaguard moving towards this barrier here. And it looks like, rather than hiding behind the barrier, they're going to directly charge the Longbeards? Okay, well, good luck to them. Or are they going to run away immediately? Sometimes I don't know why the AI does things like that. Ooh, taking a little bit of damage from our own artillery fire, though fortunately none of our own units got knocked down, and we'll tell the artillery to focus somebody else instead while the Longbeards move in to fight the Seaguard here. Alrighty, and the command squad is moving in to help out as well, and seeing the command squad moving in, it looks like the enemy melee will book it on out of there. Artillery bombardment will continue as well, but it looks like with that, the rest of the enemy army will shatter, and another Rune of Wrath and Ruin coming in, forcing another unit to shatter, and I do think the battle is over. We just need to get close enough to one of these units, as soon as we do, they will rout. Ah, there we go. Just got close enough, and a close victory, apparently. We certainly took a little bit of damage, at least, but at the end of the day, mostly it was probably the ammunition expenditure. I doubt that we took much damage at the end of the day, and we shall certainly be viable enough not only to continue prosecuting the war against IMRIK, but also to spread our armies out where they need to go, and reinforce the other armies with the troops that they're carrying, which is why they're here in the first place. Alrighty, there we go. Minimal damage, 72 units lost out of 1,800, and IMRIK's forces are out. If nothing else, that was one heck of a command squad between the combined armies. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 units. Nearly half a stack of nothing but lords and heroes, which is kind of ridiculous, but we're going to occupy Crookback Mountain, and it's bonus versus large and fire resistance. It's okay, I guess. Honestly, it's not good enough for us to care about who actually got that one. And hey, another Dwarf Bride. That's actually a decent pickup. Burnoff, you don't need it. We will take this away, and we will put this on somebody who is constantly in a territory that makes us a ton of cash, which has got to be one of you guys. Constructor Morgrimel is a good option. He already has one. Okay, what about one of you guys? You already have one. What about you, Barak Whitebeard? You do not. Beautiful. Alrighty, ancillaries and Dwarf Bride. I can't believe we only have 4 of these, ranked up after winning 6 or more offensive battles. You'd think we'd have gotten a lot of those by now, since the rank up, the way we get it is fairly easy. Anyway, Kazran and Norgrimling, can we leave this territory? Well, this is too expensive right now, and nobody here is going to be helping out with it, so... At least until the rest of these guys get here, so we can leave it. But you know what? We're actually out of time, so I think we're gonna call it. Next time, then, we'll do some admin, but we'll also have Fimber here attack Sozpug. And it's a great name, Sozpug, backstab, and take the Gates of Zar. Not so much that we care about it, but just so that this territory isn't owned by the orcs, so we will then move outward towards destroying IMRIK both up here and with Thorek. Thorek gonna hopefully do it reasonably quick, because we'll obviously want to move him towards Scarby as fast as possible. Actually, several of our armies will want to converge here, and while it may not have been the best thing in the world or the best idea in the world to attack IMRIK right now, I feel like he's on the way for these armies to destroy, and he has 7 settlements. So that means where? 1, 2, 3, 4. I guess there's another one here. Fortress of Vorag, 5. And then 6, 7 are here. It will put us beside both the Caravan of Blue Roses and the Grimgor's Ardboys, so we'll need essentially one army here permanently stationed and one army here, both to fight the Caravan, but also just to keep them from attacking our newly conquered lands. But anyway, that'll be a problem for next time, so stay tuned for more Dwarfs. Don't forget to leave a like and comment. New armies are coming. All glory to the algorithm. And thanks for watching.